In this video, I want to share with you the tremendous healing power your body has and why using a homeopathic approach to PEMF therapy, energy medicine, and health in general puts you on the road to ever-increasing energy, health, and happiness. So let's start first by talking about the philosophies of allopathic and homeopathic medicine. So allopathic medicine, I'm calling the numbing and dumbing approach, and you'll see why in a moment. Allopathic is derived from the prefix allo, which means other or against, and the suffix pathos, meaning suffering, sickness, or disease. So it's against disease. And as we'll see, against the symptoms too. So allopathic medicine's main approach to work with is to work against the symptoms and with the goal of removing them altogether using drugs, injections, and even surgery, and sometimes other invasive procedures. In fact, diseases are labeled and tagged based on the symptoms that arise. One of the most popular reference books, the Merck Manual, is a prime example of categorizing diseases by their symptoms. So we have the formula, disease equals sickness equals the symptom. Now, pain is by far the most common symptom people want relief from. Arthritis, back pain, toothaches, neck pain, knee, hip, shoulder, fibromyalgia. And most diseases themselves, like cancer and Lyme disease, etc., have pain as a very unwanted side effect. So it seems that pain kind of springs up in most problems, even like heart disease, you get chest pain. So the medical approach or the allopathic approach is sort of to numb and dumb this pain by using prescription medications, which are just a temporary Band-Aid at best. And at worst, they create very unwanted side effects and addictions that harm the body and mind. This allopathic approach is like cutting the wire that supplies the current to the oil light in your car, warning you that there's an engine problem. So this is why we call the allopathic approach a numbing and dumbing approach, because it numbs the feelings so that you're not aware of that there's a problem, and it suppresses or dumbs down the human body's innate intelligence and energy fields. Now, having said all that, modern medicine does have its place in emergency care, broken bones, stitches, car accidents, severe burns, etc. And in life-threatening situations, surgery may be needed. But extending this approach to treating lifestyle diseases like obesity, type 2 diabetes, all these forms of pain, high blood pressure, cholesterol, indigestion, depression, etc., is not the answer, as evidenced by the continuing rise in obesity, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and cancer. Let's talk about the homeopathic approach, which I call the smart choice, because the homeopathic philosophy and modality is working with the body. So the word homeo means same or with, and again, pathos is disease, in this case, the symptom. So in homeopathy, we're working with the body's natural symptomatic response and its ability to heal itself. Now, there's 450 million people worldwide, it's estimated, that use homeopathy, including the royal family of England and many celebrities. And it's an approach that uses small forces or low intensities to stimulate and catalyze the body's own healing and repair systems. For example, the immune system, and it initiates the healing response. In homeopathy, symptoms are not the disease or the problem, but they're the energy fingerprint of your body's healing response to the stress, infection, disease, etc. So that's a big difference with allopathic medicine, which views the symptoms as the disease. Now, homeopathy is both informational medicine and energy medicine because it's working with your body's holographic energy and information fields. Just to go a little deeper into this, by carefully mapping the symptoms of a patient, a good homeopath gives a remedy to precisely match those very symptoms, because these symptoms are the energetic signatures of the body's healing response. This is referred to as the law of similars. In a process called potentiation, the vital energy of the diluted substance is activated. Homeopathic remedies are very potent because there's no adverse side effects or adverse reactions, because they're used in very low doses. In the example of pain relief, a homeopathic approach is to stimulate the body's ability to heal itself, thereby truly turning off the pain. Because if you heal the tissues, there's going to be no more pain. Now, this homeopathic philosophy that we're talking about, I'm not just talking about taking sugar pellets or homeopathic tinctures. Now, that's certainly good, and that's part of it. But I'm talking about an overall homeopathic philosophy, which we can extend into PEMF therapy and energy medicine, because ultimately everything is energy. So when we work with energy medicine devices, we want to work with this homeopathic approach to stimulate the body's ability to healing itself. Now, I call this homeopathic philosophy the smart choice because it's catalyzing the body's near infinite intelligence. It's not a Band-Aid, it's more of a permanent fix. The key is homeopathy works with the body and its ability to heal itself. Allopathic medicine works by suppressing the symptoms and partially shutting down the body's healing response. So now I want to talk about this more is better philosophy. More is not better. Better is better. The other mistaken philosophy is the more is better approach to health, which relates to this allopathic philosophy. The more is better mentality is very pervasive in America and the Western society. It's the supersize me, give me more mentality that gets us into a lot of trouble. People think if small is good, more must be better. If one pill is good, 2 pills must be better. If 1 dose works, then 2 doses must work even better. This is a deep-seated faulty belief that needs to be cleansed from our consciousness. The truth is, more is not better, better is better. Now I want to talk a little bit about power versus force. There's a saying that knowledge is power. And when it comes to your body, it has a near infinite intelligence and knowledge of how to heal itself. The body has 100 trillion cells, each with 100 trillion atoms, according to the University of Washington. There are more atoms in your body than there are stars in the entire universe. And it's estimated that each second in your body, there's around 500 billion chemical reactions. To put this staggering intelligence into perspective, every second, your bone marrow in your body is creating 2 million red blood cells. Think about that. There's no supercomputer in the world that can match this intelligence. We should fear messing with something as majestic, magnificent, and unfathomably complex and intelligent as the human body. The best we can do is give the body all the elements it needs in order to heal itself. And a homeopathic boost, if necessary, because the body does get stuck sometimes. It sometimes needs a little push. But it just needs a little push, to work with the natural healing response, which, again, the symptoms are a fingerprint of. Especially if you buy a device that you're going to use in your own home on a daily basis, you definitely want to stick with the safe, natural approach to continually stimulating and giving your body a boost so that it can constantly be healing and regenerating. The main takeaway from this video is that your body has a tremendous healing power innate within it that has a near infinite intelligence on how to maintain, sustain, and create perfect health. So by working with the body using a homeopathic approach to PMF therapy, energy medicine, and health in general is going to be the most natural, safest, and most effective way to create greater health, vitality, and well-being.